Why, hello everyone! Welcome back for some more The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 100%. And we just got to the inside the Great Deku Tree. And here is the Deku Bomber. As we get right into it. So we have 36 rupees. I'm pretty sure we could have more than that, but we just got Deku Nuts. And I might as well start equipping everything now. So Deku Nuts, very useful, especially if you want to do that and collect. Oh no, never mind. What am I doing? There we go. Now we can collect a easy Deku stick. I'm sorry, what? That hitbox though. Hang on. There we go. Get more Deku Nuts. Now, a whole lot of people I know for a fact don't use Deku Nuts very often. But I can tell you right now that I use them probably more often than anybody that has ever, tried to use them. Oh, hey, Navi. Or Navy.
Look, Link at this. You can see down below this web using See Up.
Oh, God, I'm telling you, my voice is already going. So, we're already off to a blazing start here. So we're going to go up the ladder. And jumpity jump. Jumpity jump. Ooh, okay. And a whole lot of nothing. But I am going to collect all of the
Oh, look at this wall. The vines growing on it give it a rough surface. Maybe you can climb it, Linkatus.
Thank you. Anyway, let's open up our first chest, but we are going to get everything in the Temple Lake map, compass, boss key if needed. But anyway, here we are. We found our dungeon map. And as it does say, blinking spots are where you are right now. And things that aren't filled in are places that you have not been to yet. So, but I'm going to try my very best to go through every single room in every temple.
You can open a door by standing in front of it and pressing A. Pay attention to what the action icon says. That's the green icon at the top of the screen.
Excuse me. My God. Case in point. Okay, never mind. I thought it worked. Tip. See, I say tip. There we go. Alright, so the whole trick is you lock on, and the literal second he spits out the Deku Nut, charge. That's what you gotta do, and usually that's what this will happen. Oh, I'm sorry.
When you jump off a high cliff, if you hold the control stick forward, you will...
Oh, God. That's a horrible...
You will roll onto the ground when you land and won't get hurt from the fall. I can't guarantee it will work, though, if the cliff is really, really high. Well, try it if you're feeling bold.
Oh, God. That was like the worst voice to give a Deku scrub. I have a little tip here. Give me that. Rupees! Remember, we need 40 before we go anywhere. There we go. So, this first dungeon is pretty simple, but before we hit that treasure chest there, we're going to climb up and get this. I think it's a heart. Yep, it is a recovery heart. I mean, it's just in case for any first timers out there playing this for the very first time. And I know this, how, first timers do play this game. It's a little bit of a learning curve after playing Link to the Past back in the day, but you have found the fairy slingshot. By the way, no, that this is not Animal Crossing. Young Link uses a slingshot, and I love it. So, slingshot is honestly one of the more fun weapons to use. By the way, if you didn't use the stone to get on up there, you can just hit it with the slingshot, and there's a ladder. But because I'm a perfectionist, just kidding. Because, I'm trying to show every which way you can do that. There is a ladder on the bottom part if you manage not to get across. But anyway, I'm gonna show off my aim here. Wow, 0 for 1. We're off to a blazing start, that's for sure. Doink. Oh, and by the way, there are 3... Or no, I'm sorry. There are 4 Gold Skulltulas. Or Skulltulas, I'm sorry. There are 3 Gold Skulltulas we can get. There's 4 actually in this one, but we can only get 3 for now. I think we'll be able to get the 3rd one after, or just later on in the game. But not too much later on. It's not going to be too far ahead. But... Oh, and here we are! Emily, if you're watching this, Link is an exterminator. He literally exterminates spiders because, you know what? The mains... When you think about it, every Zelda game has spiders. When you think about it, Link is a professional exterminator. So naturally enough, we just slay spiders for a living. He literally does. And there's some Deku seeds. That's basically your ammo for the slingshot. And there are two, I believe, slingshot upgrades. Yeah, there's 2 slingshot upgrades. And I believe there's 2 Deku stick upgrades. And I believe there's 1 Deku nut upgrade. Although, I gotta double check that. But I'm pretty sure it's only 1. Alright, so here's a room that's optional. But first things first, we're just gonna open up this doorway. There you go. That's another prime example of what you can do with a Deku stick. It's basically its main purpose, or Deku sticks can actually do more damage than the Coheeries sword. And I wish I was kidding. Haha, it worked. Alright, so... Oh, gotta climb up. So what we're gonna do first, we're gonna hit this switch, and we're gonna go... We're actually gonna hit the midway point here. Now, there is a big Skulltula, so be careful. Oh, my God. Don't be me. And here's our first Gold Skulltula. And you're going to need to collect all these tokens in order to 100% this game. Although this game really doesn't tell you when you 100% it. But this is also really easy. He just keeps going up and down because, well, he's supposed to go all the way down and like down to where this is, but because you're near it, I think his like alertness active. I don't know. I'm just being weird. So we got that, and now we have 40 rupees, which is nice. Up we go. All right. So this next chest, there we go. And you can just keep farming for Deku sticks if you do run out. But here we go, our next big chest and our last big chest in this dungeon. We get a compass. Basically, it keeps track of where the heck you are in each map. As you can see on the bottom right corner, the yellow is where you are, and the red is where you last exited. Especially in later dungeons in this game, it proves very useful in my opinion. Why did I step on that switch again? Don't ask. There we go. Alright, so, okay, these guys respawn, so we're just gonna have to be Exterminator one more time. See ya! Now, you remember that webbing in the first floor, right? Well, guess what? This is what we do. Ding! Oh, would you look at that? Another Gold Skulltula. 2 of them, actually, on this, in this room. So real quick, I'm just gonna do that. And there's our second one. Not too shabby. And by the way, I do use the Slingshot a lot. Because it's basically your best long-range weapon until later in the game. So... It's basically the Slingshot is Young Link's best weapon. That's not the Deku Nut, in my opinion. There we go. Let's activate that switch so we can do that. And let's open up this chest. I believe it's a rupee or a heart. It is a heart. Okay. So there's that so far. We're actually moving quite along very swiftly in this dungeon. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Ah, give me a Deku Stick. Why not? There we go. Some rupees, some seeds. Yeah, the whole thing with, the Slingshot, if you really suck at first-person, aiming, you shouldn't run out, but again, first-time players might not, you know, have that experience, so when I say that, like, I remember when I first played this game, I ran out of that a lot. All those years ago when I was like 5 years old. And here we go, we incinerate the web. How the tree doesn't burn down is beyond me. That's what the abridged series does. It's actually really funny. Oh, here we go. Be aggressive, and you talk to him right away.
Please forgive me, Master. I'll never do it again. If you spare me, I'll teach you something cool. If you will never beat my brothers up, you will never beat my brothers up ahead unless you punish them in the proper order. The order is 2, 3, 1. 23 is number 1. Do you think I'm a traitor? Yes and no. You're a traitor to the evil side, but at the same time, it's not necessarily a fair thing. These scrubs are just living their life. Ganondorf was just like, hey, by the way, start being a jerk. When you think about it, that was actually true. So, oh, I forgot to, I keep rushing on through. I'm sorry, guys. Don't mind it. So, these switches, these eye switches, I want to say about 98% of these things you can hit with a slingshot. I say 98 because there are a couple that you don't hit. At least I don't think so. But I will cross that bridge when we get to it, though. After you get into the water, if you hold down A, you can dive. I bet there are some interesting things underwater.
Now, I really like how the dive feature was like expanded on after Link to the Past, because you can actually dive underwater in Link to the Past, but there was a set amount of time, but it really delves into what Link can do in this game. Alright. Now, in the Master Quest version, you actually have to duck in order to get across, which is actually pretty funny. Alright, there's a trick in order to get this thing. BAM! Got him. Yeah, that hitbox is a little weird, but you can still get him.
Stand next to this block and grab hold of it with A. While holding A, you can push or pull it. If you stand next to the block and press A while pressing up pressing the control stick towards the block, you can climb on top of it. Pay attention to what the action icon says.
That's what she said. Oh god, what have I done? So, in case y'all are wondering, Navy, a lot of people think that she's super annoying. Honestly, she's not that super annoying after the first dungeon. Maybe the second. So, you just gotta push that block along. By the way, these grass heaps do actually grow back. So if you're low on supplies, like Deku Seeds, very, very nice, it's a very nice, farming, tool that you can get, like, seeds and other stuff as well once you get later on in the game, so. Alright, so, yeah. Right now, the max amount of Deku Sticks we can get is 10, but I believe there's 2 upgrades where we can hold up to 30. So, and especially later on, 30 Deku Sticks will prove useful, especially if you're a first-time player. But super easy puzzle here. You see some stuff. Alright, I find that fun. 1 and 2. Alright. That'll open things up. As long as you put the Deku Stick away, like, the fastest way to do it, I mean, after you stop moving, you have to continuously press A until the action icon says to put away. But the best way to do it is just take out your sword. It's super fast and much easier. Alright, normally I would hit these eggs, because when you hit these eggs, they don't hatch into anything. But we're gonna try and fight these things. These things are called Goma larvas. Look out when it gets ready to pounce. It says that. Red means they're about to attack. Now, these things, I believe, can do 1 heart of damage, so be very careful. So, Deku Nuts, there's that. Oh, wow, the third one never came down. Okay. There we go. So 1 jump attack hits it, but if you're not using jump attack, 2 strikes with the sword hits it. And maybe next time I'll just use the Deku Nuts, because it actually makes that fight a ton easier. Alright, we're gonna get this spiderweb down. Now, we can't get in here yet. Alright, so we're maxed out at everything, so we don't really need much. So we can't get in here yet, but because we need a specific item from a later dungeon. But it's not that too far ahead of the game, so... But I believe we won't be able to... I'm sorry. I keep mis-talking. We can't get to that room until we get an item later in the game. It's not that much later, but that is where the 4th Gold Skulltula is. Skulltula, I'm sorry. And I believe we can't get through until we get another item later on. I could be wrong, though. But we just we just burn up the spider web. Let's get rid of all these enemies first, because why not? Combat time! Alright, here's this room. Now, you're actually in the same room where you dropped originally, because you weren't able to get up here no matter what, even if you jumped from over there. But the trick is just to move this over. Now, ironically enough, I used to, for the longest time, I don't know why, I used to try and do this. Yeah. I used to try and do this. Ah, darn it. Alright, let's try it one more time. I used to do this as a kid. Yeah, get it for... do that, and then in order to get it like this, you just have to hold the shield button. Granted, using the shield button with a two-handed weapon does not cover you at all. It's just you ducking. That's all it is. It does not give you shield coverage at all, unless you have another shield, which we'll get later on. So, here we go. Ta-da! So, I used to do that, but the really easier and much less stressful way is to do this. Jump on up. And hit the web that way. So, I don't know why I used to do that as a kid. Because I just saw the, By the way, you don't have to dive and get these hearts. Now, you might have to dive if it's too deep, but if in shallow waters like this, very easy to get stuff. Alright, so you remember that Deku scrub, right? 23 is number 1. Oh, almost had it. Ah, yeah, I gotta hit him with the... Oh, okay. I didn't even see you there. I didn't even... There we go.
How did you know our secret? How irritating. It's so annoying that I'm going to reveal the secret of Queen Goma to you.
I mean, you don't have to. I thought you were lawyer. Lawyer. The same Phoenix, right? I thought you were loyal. I thought you were loyal. I can't talk today.
In order to administer the coup de grace to Queen Goma, strike with your sword while she's stunned. Oh, Queenie, sorry about that.
I mean, you didn't have to tell me jack doodly squat, but, you know. Nintendo's like, reveal the secret, or you will be punished. I mean, I don't know. I'm just thinking aloud here. All right, here we go into the boss dungeon. There's really not much in there, but if you think you have forgotten a Gold Skulltula, there are vines that you can climb all the way back up for. So it's not the end of the world if you do fall down here. You're not stuck down here. But go through the door, and we're going to our boss dungeon. And here we are. A little bit of a cutscene here. Bunk! Oh, hey. There we go. Next. Hey, how you doing? Alrighty. Parasitic armored arachnid Goma. You know, it doesn't look like it. Arachnids have 8. Alright, little bit of a tip here. If he does that, the red eye makes him vulnerable. Hit him with a Deku Nut. Hack him a couple times, and she'll just escape up there. But keep your L or Z targeting on, whichever system you're playing this on. And just be patient. Follow the eye. Hold down. Hit him. Oh, I was about to say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So literally, you hit him twice on the first go around, then you hit him 8 more times. Done. 10 single sword strikes, or if you're doing the jump attack, 5 of them. So, yeah, a very easy boss. Not gonna lie, it's one of the easier ones in the game. But as a first-time player, you might find it difficult if you don't hit the red eye in time, because if that red eye doesn't show up, you know, permanently until it waits for you to hit. What would happen would be her eye would escape up and she would lay eggs where Goma larva. Now you have to deal with the Goma larva and at the same time Goma. And as a first-time player, that's kind of stressful. And especially how the Goma larva can body you in like 2 seconds. So, because I believe they do like 1 whole heart. So, alright, so I just picked up our first heart container, one of many that we're going to get in this playthrough. And as you can see, you cannot escape back through. But here we go. Through our first portal. There are bushes in the back just in case you need more seeds or more hearts. But overall, pretty easy boss. As long as you don't skip into the next part. Or like the hard part. But here we are. Well done, Linkadus. I forget the voice I gave you. But I think it's this. Thou hast verily demonstrated thy courage. I knew that thou wouldst be able to carry out my wishes. Now, I have yet more to tell ye. Wouldst thou listen? Sure, why not? Now, listen carefully. A wicked man of the desert cast this dreadful curse upon me. Black horse, black suit, epic cape. I would love his horse, though. This evil man ceaselessly uses his vile sorcerer's powers in his search for the sacred realm that is connected to Hyrule. For it is that sacred realm that one will find the divine relic, the Triforce, which contains the essence of the gods. Oh, man. Before time began, before spirits and life existed, 3 golden goddesses descended upon the chaos that was Hyrule. Din, the goddess of power. Nairu, the goddess of wisdom. Faeror, the goddess of courage. Can we just talk about how they look like Oscar awards? I think the abridged series covers that, but whoosh, big fight. Din. With her strong flaming arms, she cultivated the land and created the red earth. Earth. Nairu poured her wisdom into the earth and gave the spirit of law to the world. I don't know if it's Nairu and Nehru. I say it Nairu. But please correct me if I'm wrong. Faeror, with her rich soul, produced all life forms which would uphold the law. And if I'm saying any kind of name wrong, please let me know. Here we go. Welcome. The 3 great goddesses, their labors completed, departed for the heavens.
and golden sacred triangles remain at the point where the goddesses... Okay. Since then, the sacred triangles have become the basis of our world's providence, and the resting place of the triangles has become the sacred realm.
Yeah, that text was going a little too fast for my liking, but you know. I was taking my time.
Thou must never allow the desert man in black armor to lay his hands on the sacred Triforce. Thou must never suffer that man with his evil heart to enter the sacred realm of legend. That evil man who cast the death curse upon me and sapped my power. Because of that curse, my end is nigh. Though your valiant efforts to break the curse were successful, I was doomed before you started. Yes, I will pass away soon, but do not grieve for me. I have been able to tell you of these important matters. This is Hyrule's final hope. Linkatus, go now to Hyrule Castle. There thou wilt surely meet the Princess of Destiny. Take this stone with you, the stone that man wanted so much that he cast the curse on me.
Well, here we are.
And here it is, the sacred stone of the forest.
Coheeries Emerald. This is the spiritual stone of the forest, now entrusted to you by the Great Deku Tree.
The future depends upon thee, Linkatus. Thou art courageous. Navi the fairy, help Linkatus to carry out my will. I entreat ye, Navi. Goodbye.
Kind of depressing when you think about it. If this was voice acted, that would be really depressing. Like, legit voice acted, I'm sorry. Don't count my voice act. Navi's like, let's go to Hyrule Castle, Linkatus.
Goodbye, Great Deku Tree.
Poor Navi. Her heart's broken. Oh, well, unfortunately, that is all the time I have for today. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you coming on by. I will see you guys literally in about 5 minutes for the live stream. We are starting our next sub game, and it's going to be Chrono Trigger. In my opinion, the best RPG of all time. So, anyways, I will see you guys then. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. And as always, see you in the next one, and please stay safe. Laters!